So for math today, we are starting line graphs. So we're going to start off the lesson with a video just telling us a little about line graphs. We're only going to watch a short part of it, otherwise it's too long, and then we're going to move on to our worksheet. I hope you enjoy.
I'm selling cookies to raise money for the soccer team. I've got one last box to sell. I'm keeping track of how many I've sold. I made a line graph. A line graph is a graph that uses points and lines to show data. You might use a pictograph or a bar graph to help you compare information about different groups. You might use a pie chart to compare parts of a whole. You use a line graph to track how a group or category changes over a period of time. What are the parts of a line graph? The title describes what is in the graph. My line graph tracks my cookie sales. An axis is a line that has numbers or categories and is used to create a graph. The x-axis is a horizontal line. That's the one that goes across. On my graph, it shows the days. The y-axis is a vertical line. That's the one that goes up and down. On my graph, it shows the number of boxes I sold. The points show how many boxes I sold on a specific day. How do you read a line graph? Graphs help us answer questions about data. How many boxes did I sell on Wednesday? To read a line graph, look at where the point lines up along the x-axis and y-axis. Look for the day of the week on the x-axis. Go up to the point and see where it lines up along the y-axis. I sold 7 boxes on Wednesday. How many did I sell on Thursday? I sold 5 boxes. When did I sell the most boxes? On Friday. You can tell easily because Friday's point is the highest on the line graph. Line graphs often track how something changes over time. They can help you see information in a different way.
Information on reading line graphs and figuring out the information that we see. We're going to move on to our worksheet. So we're going to do the first one in the packet. It's called Reading a Line Graph, and it's going to be number of books a class read each month, okay? So we're going to use the graph to answer the questions. So our first question is, which month had the greatest number of books read? So on our x-axis, we see the months, and our y-axis, we see the amount of books read. So we want to see, for that greatest number of books, we want to go to the highest point, which is right here at 70. So what month goes with that? The month is March. So now you could either circle it or you could write it. I'm just going to put an M for number 1 instead of writing the whole month, which you could put an M, you could write March, or you could circle it. So number 2 is, which month had the fewest books read? So we want to see the point at the lowest point, which is at 20, and our month is December. So you could either circle it again, or you could write D. Number 3, from January to February, did the amount of books read increase or decrease? So if the line goes up, that's increasing, and if the line went down, that's decreasing. So let's look at January. We had 60, and then we went down to 50. So remember, down means increase or decrease. And for this, we could just circle increase or decrease. So it went down, so we're going to circle decrease. It decreased from January to February. How many books were read in December? So you're going to go on your x-axis and find December. Then you're going to go up to your point and across to your y-axis, and we have the number 20. Now you could circle 20, or you could write 20 in the 4 spot. Very good. Now let's look at number 5. Number 5 says how many books were read in November. So we're going to go to November and go up, and it gives us number 40. So you could circle 40, or we can write 40. Number 6. Were more books read in January or December? So this we have to see what numbers they have. So January read 60 and December read 20. So which one has more, December or January? January, so you could circle January, or you could write a J. Number 7. Were fewer books read in February or January? Let's look which one has the least. January or February? So January had 60, February had 50. Which one had less, January or February? Circle the one that had less, or we could write it. So February had less, so we could write F for February. Now number 8. What is the difference in the number of books read in January and the number read in November? So this we're going to be subtracting, so I already wrote it out here. So January had 60 books read, and November had 40 books read. So we're going to start with doing 0 minus 0 is 0. And then we're going to count backwards. So 6 minus 4, you're going to count backwards. So you go 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. So our answer is 20. The difference in number of books read in January and November is 20. So you're going to go and write 20 on number 8. Very good. So now for number 9. It says, what is the total number of books read? I think the best way for you to do this is to use a calculator. So let me pull up my calculator. And we're going to type in each number for month. So the first one is 40. So you're going to go 40 plus December is 20. So 20 plus January is 60 plus February is 50 plus March is 70, and our last one is April at 30. And then you're going to press equals, and we get 270. So we're going to write 270. 270. 270. And our last question, number 10. In December, the class goal was to read 50 books. Did they reach that goal? So if they reached the goal, the number of books read was 50 or more. Let's see, December. They only read 20. 20 is less than 50. So they did not meet their goal. So you are going to write no. N-O. No. They did not reach their goal in December. And that is the end of our math for today.